Hey guys, I just finished school for the day. It snowed. Now I'm gonna get on the bus, head home, probably do some homework. I just got back home. I'm gonna go ahead and work on this painting. I'm gonna try and finish it, and then I'm gonna work on homework probably. So just this year, I started going to a university. I completed my Associates of Science with a designation in psychology at a community college near where I live, and I transferred to a university from there. I think both really have like pros and cons about them, but I think people often have a lot of misconceptions about community college, which is part of why I wanted to talk about this in this video. Often I feel like community college is seen as inferior to university, but in my experience, that's not the case. I would like to say before I start this that in general, I prefer community college, so I may be a little biased, but I'll try my best not to be. And I'm really just telling you what my experience is. You may not agree, and you may have had a different experience, and that's fine. This is just my experience. So firstly, and this is the most obvious one, community college is quite a bit cheaper. I think for my university currently, I think the average tuition is about $24,000 a year. In comparison to at my community college, I think I spent around $3,000 a semester, so somewhere around $6,000 a year. I think community college is a wonderful way to be able to go to school for a literal fraction of the cost and get just as good of a quality, if not a better quality education. I found the quality of education at my community college to be far better than that of my current university. And that isn't to say that the quality of education at my university is bad. In fact, most of the teachers I've had have been brilliant. Most of the teachers are incredible researchers, and they have incredible ideas, and they're very educated, and they speak well, and they understand what they're talking about, and it's great. But most of the teachers at universities are researchers first and teachers second. Their main focus isn't teaching, and it isn't their students. And at community college, I felt that the teachers were there because they loved to teach, and they wanted to help you learn. I found that the teachers at my community college were understanding, intelligent, experienced, super helpful, and I really felt that they cared. I felt they cared about me, about my education, and they really wanted to help me learn. They wanted to help me understand. They didn't just want to help me pass, they wanted to help me understand what they were teaching and be able to carry that information with me beyond that. Something else I really loved about community college was the diversity. I felt that there was just a much more diverse student population. There were people of all different backgrounds of education, some of which had been to college before, some of which had never been, some of which were still in high school, some of which were in their late 40s or even older. And there were people of all socioeconomic statuses. I felt that that diversity brought more ideas and depth to the table. I think that at university, it can sometimes feel like being in high school again. Most of the classes are at the same time high school classes were, and the students, most of them at least, are all around the same age and usually enter university right after high school. I started doing online school in sophomore year of high school, and then I went to a community college from there. So that high school feeling isn't something I've really felt in a long time. And honestly, I didn't miss it. However, there are things I like about university. One of those things is the amount of resources. I think the resources at my university, especially the advising department and the career counseling department, are far better and more helpful than they were at my community college. Also, at university, it's really cool because you have tons of super interesting individuals surrounding you who are often your teachers, and they're doing groundbreaking research and discovering all kinds of new things all the time, and you can just basically pick their brain whenever you want. You don't have to go somewhere else to find them and pick their brain. You can just ask them, hey, do you want to talk to me about your research? They'll probably say yes. Not only can you talk to them about what they're doing, but you can get an idea of what you're interested in and where you want to take your degree. That being said, if you have no idea what you want to do, I probably wouldn't recommend starting at a university. Largely due to its price, you'll probably end up wasting a lot of time and money if you don't find something that you do want to do. And I think that community college is a great experience. So I think taking some classes there can be much better and much more cost efficient. And you can explore. You can take a class in psychology. You can take a class in programming. You can take a class in geology. You can take a class in botany. You can take a class in biology or physics and just kind of figure out what you want to do. Obviously, if you know what you want to do and you know you're going to need a bachelor's or higher in education and it's something you're really passionate about, go to a university. But I wouldn't shy away from taking your prerequisites at a community college first. Personally, I think the foundation my community college gave me in my prereqs and in other classes that weren't necessarily prereqs that I took, I think it gave me a great foundation for what I'm currently learning, and I think it's served me a lot in the process of learning now. I think that at my university, in my experience, I can't speak for everyone or for all schools, but being a transfer student, it does sometimes feel like I've missed out on some opportunities that I would have had if I'd gone there since I was like a freshman. For example, the ability to like double major in something that isn't super closely related to what I'm already majoring in. Like, so I'm a neuroscience and psychology double major, but I'm also super interested in and have been super interested in double majoring with my neuroscience degree in integrative physiology or minoring in biochemistry. But because that wasn't my original plan, it makes it a little more difficult, which honestly is probably my fault because I didn't really know it was something I was going to be super interested in till recently, so I didn't really plan ahead. So if you know you're going to want to double major or minor in something, make sure you're planning ahead for all the prereqs for that major and minor as well as your primary. Another thing that can sometimes feel like I've missed out on is the ability to go abroad, to be a research assistant and be a learning assistant. I can still do all those things, but I feel a lot more rushed and crammed on time to do them. But that being said, the research opportunity and the teaching opportunity that I got at my community college was incredible, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I got to help with research on multitasking behaviors in class, as well as conduct my own research on creativity and its relationships to anxiety, self-esteem, and openness to experience. I really felt like I was doing something personal to me and important to myself in my path. Sometimes at my university, I feel like just another person going through the motions, no different than everyone around me, no more unique, with nothing original to bring to the table. And I know, like, part of me knows that that isn't the truth, but sometimes when I'm surrounded by so many people at such a large college, it can be difficult to not feel like I'm fading into the background. Also, for an introvert like myself, the amount of people and the amount of expected networking can become a little overwhelming. I've also found that the culture in the two environments can be very different. At community college, I felt like I was surrounded by a bunch of people who wanted to learn and were passionate about it. I felt like an equal with my teachers. I felt like my opinion was valued and my ideas mattered. At university, it can sometimes feel like you're the child you were at high school being taught by adults. I don't really feel the same equality. I kind of also feel like there's this subtle hierarchy of how degrees are valued at the university that I didn't really feel at the community college, and there seems to be this overarching mentality in university among the students. The education is a means to an end, that the process and the learning isn't typically valued, and a lot of people just want to rush to get finished, but I've always valued the process, and being surrounded by the opposite mentality, it can be super hard not to get swept up in it, and getting swept up in that honestly made me miserable for a while, but I think I'm coming out of it now and starting to realize that the process is something I value, and the education is something I value. But overall, I think that both university and community college are super valuable, and they're super valuable for different reasons. I think university is valuable for research. There's amazing ideas and incredibly valuable opportunities there. But I think community college is just that. It's more of a community.
So this is the finished piece. I like it quite a bit. I'm thinking I'm gonna hang it like maybe right here, or maybe up here. Probably more likely like down here somewhere.